Are you hemorrhaging cash on $20 monthly AI subscriptions when the actual underlying technology costs literal fractions of a penny? You know, you're probably trapped in a consumer pricing model that's specifically designed to shield you from the true, unbelievably cheap economics of raw AI computing. In this explainer, we're covering exactly how to break free. We'll look at the AI cost illusion, the hidden budget models, master developer optimization, the latency trap, and finally, your ultimate playbook. Okay, let's jump right into part 1, the AI cost illusion. We really need to shatter this idea that a fixed-price subscription is the best or most economical way to access artificial intelligence. The consumer market has completely conditioned us to accept that standard $20 a month fee. I mean, think of a subscription like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but one with a strict time limit and, honestly, arbitrary usage caps. Sure, it's easy, it has a polished user interface, but you are paying a massive premium for that packaging. The API route, on the other hand, that's strictly paying per byte. You get total control, zero fancy interface, and ultimate flexibility. For targeted, specific tasks, paying by the byte is just vastly cheaper than buying the whole buffet. Let's put this in real terms. For the average user who's just doing light daily tasks, maybe some casual research or occasional coding, a $20 Claude Pro or ChatGPT Plus subscription is complete overkill. Seriously, if you used those exact same models through their raw APIs, meaning you're paying strictly for what you actually consume, your equivalent cost would often sit comfortably under $5 a month. You are essentially paying a $15 premium just to use a chat box. Which brings us to part 2, the hidden budget models. This is the API secret menu. Now let's look at the lightweight, ultra-cheap AI models that consumer-facing applications simply do not want you to know about. But first, we need to understand the currency of AI. Everything in the API pricing world is universally measured per 1 million tokens. That applies to both input and output data. To conceptualize that, 1 million tokens is roughly equivalent to 750,000 words. Imagine scanning, reading, or generating the text of 2 or 3 thick, epic novels. That massive volume, that is your baseline measurement for pricing. Look at the sheer scale of the cost collapse here. OpenAI's GPT-5 Nano is staggeringly cheap. We're talking just 5 cents per million input tokens. That makes it the absolute cheapest option on the market right now. Think about that, 5 pennies to process 3 thick novels. Google's Gemini 2.5 flashlight, that sits at just 10 cents. xAI's Grok 4.1 Fast is at 20 cents, and Anthropic's Claude Haiku 4.5 is at $1. These are highly capable reasoning engines, and they are available for literal pocket change. To really put that 5-cent budget model into perspective, we have to look at the other extreme of the market. Premium enterprise models, like OpenAI's GPT 5.5 Pro, charge a massive $180 per million output tokens. $180. You could process thousands of tasks using the Nano model for the exact same cost as a single heavy operation on a premium Pro model. It's wild. All right, moving on to part 3, master developer optimization strategies. Knowing these prices isn't enough, right? You have to know how to architect your workflow to exploit them. The absolute crucial point here is mastering a technique called intelligent routing. Top developers, they never rely on just a single AI model. Instead, they use intelligent routing, which is exactly like checking the local traffic report and the weight of your cargo before deciding which highway to take. The system automatically evaluates the request and sends it down the most efficient path. So instead of blindly sending everything to an expensive premium model, a routing proxy intelligently delegates the workload. It sends massive bulk translations to Gemini Flash for 10 cents because, well, it has incredible speed. Then it routes complex, logic-heavy coding tasks over to Claude Haiku for $1 to ensure pinpoint accuracy. And for simple, casual chat queries, it directs those to Grok Mini for an ultra-low 20 cents. You're basically matching the specific brain to the specific task. And get this, you can further slash these costs by 50 to 80% using 2 advanced methods. The first is semantic caching. This mechanism is brilliant. It simply remembers old prompts. If a user asks a question the system has seen before, it serves the cached answer, which costs exactly $0. Zero. The second trick is the batch API. For non-urgent background tasks that just don't need instant replies, providers actually offer an automatic 50% discount just for grouping them together. But we have to talk about the downsides. Part 4, the latency trap. You see, this multi-model architectural approach comes with a severe structural risk that you absolutely must anticipate. Bouncing constantly between providers introduces some terrible latency overheads. The most dangerous are cold start delays. These can literally paralyze an application for up to 5 seconds while a dormant connection wakes up. On top of that, you face network region fluctuations, proxy overheads that add hundreds of milliseconds, and worst case scenario, if a provider suddenly drops offline, you get these cascading downtime retry loops that lock up your entire workflow. The silent killer of user experience here is definitely that cold start delay. Imagine this. If you blindly switch to GPT-5 Nano just because it's cheaper without warming the connection first, the end user will suffer a devastating 3-second delay before a single word even appears on screen. Gemini Flash might only delay half a second, but a 3-second stall on GPT-5 Nano, that is going to make your application feel completely broken. So how do we solve this? Well, developers meticulously manage the system using predictive routing. They silently warm up connections in advance, literal moments before the user actually needs them. Furthermore, they take those slow, bulky tasks and push them into background queues where the system can process the data asynchronously. This completely hides the processing delay from the user's view, keeping the experience buttery smooth. Finally, part 5, your ultimate playbook. It is time to consolidate all these dense concepts into a radically simple, actionable execution plan that you can implement today. Step 1, harvest those generous developer free tiers from companies like OpenAI and Google to build your initial sandbox. Next, logically route about 80% of your heavy lifting, your routine volume, directly to the 10-cent models. Third, forcefully implement semantic caching so your repeat queries cost you absolutely nothing. And finally, reserve the massive, expensive premium models strictly as a 20% fallback for complex emergencies only. The tools to drop your AI expenditure by up to 70% are sitting right in front of you. The core economics of this industry are radically shifting to favor efficiency and architectural intelligence over lazy consumer-level subscriptions. So the only question left to ask yourself as we wrap up this explainer is this. When will you finally abandon the subscription illusion, stop paying for the buffet, and start architecting your system to pay strictly by the byte?
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.